So this particular one is the climactic battle of the soldier. Now, briefly, just to kind of give you an idea of what that even means, is if you imagine your life on a timeline, right, and you're imagining it from your birth to your death, obviously we don't know what that timeline looks like at all, but we're living it out, right? For God, being that he's sovereign and outside of time, he definitely knows what that timeline looks like. And within that timeline, there's going to be one particular battle that you fight that is worse than all the others. And I don't claim to know what it is, and I don't think any of us will ever know what it is. Um, at the same time, if you're older in life, you might be able to look back and know that you went through something that is going to be really hard to beat, right? And that battle, I mean, primarily spiritual warfare, but it also could play itself out in a lot of aspects that you're struggling with mentally, physically, emotionally. You're going through that spiritual oppression or demonic influence in your life, if that's what it is. But primarily, you got to remember what this spiritual warfare is all about. Is it's to redirect your focus, being that you're a vessel for worship, from God to some form of idolatry, so that they're stealing that glory away from God, right? Whatever that climactic battle is, whatever that big battle is, the one that either we have ahead of us if we're young in life, if you're middle age, maybe it's already, you can look back at time and find out what the biggest struggles in your life were. And you might wonder, are those going to be the climactic battle, the biggest one that God puts me through? Or is it in the future, right? Same thing with somebody who's in their later years in life. You may look back and say, oh, when I was whatever age, I went through something that was, I almost thought I wasn't going to make it through. It gets to that point where you start questioning many things in life when you go through a difficult enough circumstance. And if you're young, the idea behind this is you want to look forward and understand, most likely, after we're done having this conversation right now, this battle, right, is ahead of you. And it's not something to be fearful about. It's something to get prepared about. So let me get started with some of the reading that I have here, and then we'll just kind of bring some of this home towards the tail end. So as Christians, we all battle through spiritual warfare in life. How we perceive that warfare can be what separates a life of confusion from a life of purpose. The battles we fight can range from personal struggles, small in nature, to dealing with the death of a loved one. If it's damaging enough, sometimes we tend to question God's providence or our faith in Him altogether. This is because our adversary is a Trinitarian foe that can wrap us up in knots that leave us debilitated